Hey guys, DannyVNCR here, and when you know it, I've still got that gosh darn old flu. But of course, that hasn't changed since the few minutes I've spent in recording the last video and beginning this one. So I've made it back to the fork in the path. This is where we had saved all of our progress prior, and we're going to see what we can't do this time. Now, to be bore in mind going forward, because if you're like me, you like figuring out these kinds of puzzles with the person you're doing them or watching do it. I do have a knife this time, the rusty knife, and we do have a rope. And I can already think of one thing in mind that we can probably do this time. And we're going to see if we can't make some progress. Okay, so we're not going to follow the trail in the grass. You know what? Did we ever go right? I don't remember going right at all. Okay, that's yes, we did. Okay, so we're not going to follow the trail in the grass. We are going to try to do this because we have the rope. We're going to see if that helps. Yeah, inspect the well. Peer down. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Grab the coin. You pull out the rope. Called it. You pull out the rope you found earlier and fasten it to the well. You climb down with ease and obtain the coin. You struggle to pull yourself up and out of the well, but you do so successfully. But then loosen the rope and store it away. Okay. Feel somewhat satisfied that you are one coin richer. Okay, let's continue on. This is the Aramore. We are not going to go there yet. I feel like that's probably going to be the very last thing, I feel. Go back to here. Yep, follow the trail on the grass path. I know we're going to need that sword, probably to at least defeat the spider, I would imagine. This guy says something. I want to remember what it was. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool, only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. That's what I thought. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. So, I know what he's referring to, and we're going to jump to it real quick and see if I can get it now. You guys may remember this from the last play, or the play before. I don't remember. I think it was the last play that I did. And look at that. The path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the specter. You approach the flower and carefully pluck it from the ground. There is something special about this flower. Well, it looks like it's bleeding, for one. Okay. Light continues to pierce through the darkness from an opening above. Surely this gives you some hope that all is not lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you here, you turn around. Okay, so now that we've come to that new finding, we are going to jump back over to the specter. Okay, so back to the specter. Stumble across what looks on a grave. Inspect. Approach. Homeboy comes up. Without hesitation, you give him the flower. Spirit grabs the flower from your hand as you extend it to him. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free at last. You feel a sense of relief within you and reach for the sword. You now wield this special sword. Cool. I can't save right now. Okay, sally forth. Okay, now we're going to save real quick. You pause to see there's a lake nearby. The trail continues to your right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if we go to the end, there's going to be the unicorn. which is not doing anything for us right now. And then the lake is where the fish will kill us, so we're not going to do anything there right now. Instead, that's what I was thinking. Instead, we're going to go find the spider that would have killed us before, and we're going to kill it. Inspect the tree. I still have no idea what the coin is supposed to be for yet. Okay, here we go. So, I believe the far door is the one with the spider in it. I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. Yep. Door struggles to move, but you enter. It's a spider's den, wouldn't you know? The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice there are a couple items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there's a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. And look, a big old ugly. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster, each time it squeals in pain. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. You notice the key on the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you grab the key and make for the door. Okay. You feel you got what you need. There's no reason to go back in that room again. And that should help us with this. So now we're going to try and open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it with the key found earlier. You try it out on the lock. The lock clicks loose and it opens the chest. And we got the harp. Yes, perfect. This is what I've been waiting on. It says resting on a linen cloth. I don't know if that part... Okay, cool. So now we are going to go to the dog. And then we're going to go to the unicorn. Okay, so now I believe the middle door was the dog. Let's see. Room full of metal cages. Thing's dead. Yep, dog room. Cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Hey, look, it's Ben, our friend Ben, as you may recall. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move could surely be the end of you. You pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. To your surprise, the beast walks away, as if it was charmed by the harp. You never gave it much thought how powerful music can be. See these little foreboding things. Let's try the cell on the right. Enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side with some debris on the floor and a large hole in the center of the room. Seeing nothing special, you motion toward the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Unfortunately, all you can see is fallen rock blocking the way below. Seeing that there is little you can do, you go back from where you came. Makes sense. One on the left, you open the door and find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There is also bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of the bone fingers. There's a faint glow of light emanating from the ring, as if it were magical. You may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Seeing that there's nothing of interest here, you leave the cell. And that is it. So now we're going to go check on the unicorn and see what that does for us. Oh, the Stonehenge thing. Let's check the Stonehenge thing real quick. I think it needs that little orb, but I want to see. Stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center stone. Okay. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Yeah, that's what I thought. Find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. Hey, look, it's Bruce the unicorn. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see we have Ben and Bruce. You see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Unsure what is going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. Suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. The soothing calm comes over you as you listen. Bruce is back. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you, and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, have ears for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands, and it has rendered me powerless. You must find some way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power, I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. Before you could speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. You realize that you are alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. I'm going to try the lake, just because I can't think of anything else that I can definitely do right now. I'm hoping that I can get the thing. Resting underwater is an orb. Something strange about it, as if it were calling to you. Yeah. Close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes and see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. Giant fish-o. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You grab your sword. Yep, okay. And hold it close, pointed at the fish. Fish swims at you with haste. Just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. You pull the sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live very long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate as if there is energy inside it trying to break loose. This must be important. Oh boy, you don't say. Okay, so I think practically speaking, we're done this way. Although, yeah, well, let's go to the Stonehenge thing, let's see. Yep, I was right, the orb. You place the orb into the slot carved in the center rock. The stones that surround begin to glow. The light radiates and grows brighter. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground no longer is grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or an end, an endless power steadily flowing. I'm going to save real quick. Yep. You are amazed at such a sight. The light intrigues you and you walk toward it. The rays of light brush about you as if they are seeking to break away from its home. You remember the ring. Aha! You've found and point it toward the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. Light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. With the orb back in your possession, you walk back toward the trail. Now, the faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone. Oh, yeah. So let's see if that doesn't maybe help the unicorn then. No? He just like fuck off and went to Florida, huh? You find yourself gazing over the field. You stand and observe. Okay. So nothing doing here. Already done with the lake. Done with the grave. Done with all that. Done with the well. I don't feel like we can go to the town yet, But I want to find out, so we're going to check. Yeah. And by the way, I know that there are plenty of slots for me to save, but I don't want to overdo it. I just don't feel like it. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm, discover the plague, blah, blah, blah. We know this. Let's see if we can cross across yet. I don't think we can. No. Okay. Now I'm morbidly curious if we can just go in through the thing. I mean, I know we can go through here. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. Let's maybe check the statues and see if there's anything we can do with that. There's got to be something, right? Before you stands an old angel, bowl, broken fingers and shit. You feel you should keep your distance and just observe. Okay. Let's check the one on the left. See an old statue pointing up towards the sky. Leave it alone too. Okay. Now can we enter? Nope. Still can't do that. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can do something with the... We got to be able to do something with the globe now. With everything we have. Like, there's no way. We can't. You study the globe attached to the floor. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are. Aramor, you notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on other areas around the globe. Oh, okay. It's more of a clue than something to really mess with. Now, you may remember this. I think we can probably deal with this now, but we'll see. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before it. Destroy the stone. Yep. Stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel a resistance as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. A burst of light shoots out from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. What little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. Sorry, my peppermint tea, so I can keep doing this for all you beautiful people. A weird sensation comes over you, and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body, and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold, and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. You open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. You begin to feel something. Warmth, light, it is coming back. Hey, it's Bruce. Shout out to my homeboy Bruce. You lack the strength to talk. Yeah. As the unicorn comes into view, light emanates from the horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. Oh, I got another achievement. All unicorns and rainbows. It said it does not end here. Hang on a second now. Wait, hang on. I need to... Whoops. we're gonna jump back and see what the H that was all about, because it said it doesn't end here, so that's kind of confusing. Okay, light intensifies, unicorn saves you. Your adventure does not end here. Let's try creating a new set. We're gonna put that right there, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. It sure seems like it. Sure seems like it ended there. So you know, I've been doing this game for quite a while now, and I really like it. Honestly, I do I really like it. There's a lot of things that I would say I'm not particularly crazy about. I think the artistic style is pretty cool. It looks like really like just about everything has been hand drawn. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Anywho, and you know, I could pick and poke and say, you know, there's a lot of cases where, like, you know, the drawing of this chest might not be totally even and stuff. But you know what? It is what it is. The game is fun. I think the story is pretty interesting. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily, you know, novel. It doesn't really bring anything really new, fresh, or like revolutionary. But it's a fun little interactive fiction. It's good. I liked it. Obviously, if you want to play it for yourself, I will have a link in the description of all of these videos. And I'm going to look in. I'm going to see if this truly was the ending or not, because I really don't want it to be. But at the same time, I really don't know what to do. So I'm going to call this series here for the time being. And if it turns out that I was wrong and that wasn't where the game ended, then we're going to pick it back up at a later time. But anyways, like always, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, share it with your friends if it so pleases you. DannyVNCR, out.